At the start of each day, the keepers here at Longleat have lots of important jobs to do. They have to make sure the animals are looking healthy and their habitats are clean.
They also need to make sure they have the right number of animals. So join us in this week's show where we're helping to count the creatures.
So today I'm in the safari park with Ryan and I'm helping with the daily check on the number of animals. This is called the stock count. And we'll also be finding out how the keepers identify individual animals such as the zebra. But firstly, Ryan, why is it important that you do a daily check?
Well, there's a couple of reasons, Joe. Obviously, the first thing we need to know is how many animals we have, because if we're coming in the morning and we check our numbers, we want to make sure that nothing's escaped overnight. So that's the most important reason. But also it's a good time for us to give each individual animal a good visual health check to make sure there's no signs of lameness or any other problems.
Well, I've just been looking at the zebra up there, but they all look the same. How do you tell them apart?
Identifying the separate zebra can be quite difficult, so we could start with something a little easier, which would be the llamas over here. We've got 2 llamas, one white one, one brown one, so you can't go wrong there.
Alright, that's our first animal check. Can we move on to something a bit harder?
Okay, well, should we go and have a look at some giraffe?
Okay.
Here in Pet's Corner, I'm working with Bev, and the first animal on our checklist is the guinea pig.
So I lift the roof up, and as you can see, there is quite a few guinea pigs in here. So what you've got to do, we've got to count all of the guinea pigs and see how many you can see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, and there's a few over here. And there might be some outside as well, so we're going to have a good look outside.
15, 16, 17, so there's 18.
18. Look in here.
21,
22. Oh, must be some more outside somewhere.
Otherwise they've all escaped.
26, 27, I've got 28. Have you got 28?
Oh, there's one hiding behind
One
there.
hiding there.
Yeah, so 28.
28. So then what we do, we write 28. We've got to find guinea pig on here. Guinea pig. And we've got 28. There we are. So that's our first animal done. We've got loads more to do, so I think we better get on and do it.
Okay, Joe, so here we are. We've got 3 giraffes up along this fence line. Doto on the right here. You can see he's much bigger than the other 2.
Is he the male?
He's our breeding male, yep. And the colour of his background, he's sort of got like almost an orange background with dark patches.
Yeah,
you see that?
They're black and there's a light brown.
Whereas you see Jemima over on the left there, she's
Really
very
white.
light in her background with dark patches. So first of all, we use like the body size of the giraffe to tell the differences, but if they're of a similar body size, then generally they haven't got the same shading. Okay, Joe, here I've got a list of the animals, so I'd like you to go off and do a stock count for me, and then we'll meet up later and hopefully you'll be able to identify the zebra for me.
And in the hothouse, we're counting up the royal pythons.
4, can you say
5.
5 at the back.
And then another one there.
Oh yeah, 6.
And then one up there.
There's 7, and that's correct. We should have 7 royal
How do you
pythons.
tell each snake apart?
All the snakes, they have different patterns on them, because if you look at all these different ones in here, you can see the pattern is slightly different on all of them. This is Stan here, as you can see, and you can see his pattern's very different to this one here. So that's how we tell them all apart. They've got their own fingerprint. Okay, so we've got to find royal python here. Royal python. Now what we've got to do, we've got some female snakes as well. So we're going to have to go and count them as well. So we put 7 for now, because we know we've got 7 male snakes in here. And then we're going to count the females. And also we've got some new additions to our snakes as well, which I'll show you.
So how is your stock count going, Joe?
Over there's the bongo. Let's see how many we can see. 1, 2, 3. lions. In total, there's 17, and that's both the prides.
The number of royal pythons at Longleat has recently increased as 6 new babies have hatched out.
Would you like to hold one in your hand?
Okay, they're tiny compared to the other
One
one.
out for you. And you can see the patterns on them already. So if you hold your hand out. Yeah, this pattern will actually stay with it because it's like their fingerprint. So we will be able to tell these all apart by different patterns that they've got on them.
Yeah, this one's got a very nice pattern.
Yeah, it's really pretty, isn't it? There we are. And this is first time we've bred royal pythons here at Longleat, so we're really pleased.
Well, I'm trying to track down the 32 wallabies. There's one over there lying in the grass, that's 20... Do you know what, I've lost count now. I've got to start all over again. 1, 2, 3, 4. But it should be easier to count the tapirs. Tapirs are among the most primitive of all mammals, since they have remained unchanged for over 35 million years. And we've got 4 of them. There have been some new arrivals at the lake as well. Until recently there were 7 sea lions, but now there's 3 more.
Right, okay. Now this next animal we've got to count might be a bit of a challenge for you, Annie, because it's our bats that we've got to count, and of course it's quite dark in here. So it might take a while. Do you want me to tell you how many we've got first?
Yeah, see if you've got all of them.
We've got 23 altogether,
so
okay?
1,
That's one there, yeah.
2, 3,
Three.
4, 5, 6, 7.
7. That doesn't help when they fly around, does it?
8, 9.
So while Annie counts the bats, it's time to see if we can identify the individual zebra.
I think I've lost count now.
Yeah.
Everyone probably that works up here has different ways of telling the zebra apart. But personally, I go generally on their overall body shape and colour. So for example, on the right of the group here, we have Jinga. Now Jinga's always got a lovely clean white background.
You know you said about colour?
Yeah.
They're all black and white. All zebras are black
They
and
are
white.
all
That
black and
doesn't
white,
help.
but say somebody like Guinness at the front of the group, I think he's got more black on him than say Jinga at the back. He's more compact, I think he's more muscular. You see this one here on the right, Saga, she's got a very straight back.
Yeah.
On her left hand side she's got a single dot just below her mane. So it's easy, if you can see her left hand side, it's easy to tell who Saga is because, like you say, all zebras are striped, whereas she's got a dot on her. Probably what I'm saying is, Joe, you should never rely on just one thing to tell the animals apart. You should use all the different things available, like the different markings, the different tone to their colours, the different shape of their body, sometimes even just the way they behave when you're looking at them. I think when you throw all those things together, that's what I use to identify the different animals.
Well, at least the zebras have stripes. It's going to take a long while to count all these bats. 1, 2, 3, 4. I just hope I get it done before next week's show.
So come and join us next week for a special 2-part show featuring the big cats. So join us on the 19th of August for Big Cat Close-Up Part 1.